and continue to fund it. Also, thanks to the Power Secretary and CE, Chief Electrical Engineer, for filing the petition in time and also for bringing the accounts up to date. Also for the various initiatives being taken, a lot of infrastructure and all. Now, some of the comments that we had made. One was that the increase in tariff for some customers was coming to 11%, so which we felt was a little high, more than the inflation rate even. Time of day tariff, it affects a lot of tourism industries and all, and Goa is predominantly a tourism state because they are forced to function during the peak hours. They cannot shift their load. And similarly for industries also, it's not really possible because of the transport requirements and all, so to shift manufacturing to off-peak hours. Now, KVH-based billing is another issue. See, it is penalizing everybody. See, earlier there was a thing where it was KWH billing. So those whose power factor was above 0.95 to 1, they used to get a benefit. Now, irrespective of whether it is 0.95 leading or 0.95 lagging, or even if it is 0.99 leading, 0.99 lagging, everybody is penalized. So we request if the Commission to consider going back to KWH billing. Some states are still doing that, like even Gujarat is doing, and some of the states are still following KWH billing. Now, some of the meters are not being tested regularly, so we request that I think the facilities are inadequate at the moment. So we request that some private parties can also be taken up, can take up this job, and it is already provided in the regulations, but only it has to be implemented. Education of consumers is also an important thing before installation of the smart meters. It's nice to know that so many steps are being taken for the reliability, and definitely some improvements will come. But we also suggest the use of automatic sectionalizers. So with this, automatic isolation of faulty sections will be done, and also recording the date and time of operation. Also mini grids and micro grids using BESS. I'm very happy to hear that already an agreement has been signed for BESS, because that can also take care of peak power requirements. Now, formation of district committees is another long pending issue which is still not done. So that needs to be taken up. In conclusion, we just wanted to say that Goa's economy stands at the threshold of collapse. Mining operations have ceased due to low global demand. Tourist destinations like Kerala, Himachal have taken steps and are more competitive than Goa. The electricity tariff for industries being higher than Gujarat, Goan industries will not be able to compete with them in manufacturing. Therefore, the tariff hike may please be deferred. Thank you.
Second one is Nancy Fernandez. Next, Mahindra.
I hope there is no other Mahendra. Good morning, I am Mahendra Khandeparkar. Now, I I was quite impressed with this proposal. The only thing, I run an industry also, and of course I'm a domestic entrepreneur. Now, as it was presented, industry I think gives 51% of the revenue. Am I right? And industry is subsidizing basically the common man. Now I'll give you some examples. I live in a village. There are people who take LT, I don't know, that the lowest, I think you get around 100 watts or 200 watts. They increase their houses and the load is then not less than 4,000 watts. Now, this is very difficult, for the electricity department to find out such people. The reason being, the transformer gets loaded and then we have low voltage. And the power is enjoyed at the lowest tariff, for which the industry subsidizes. Now this should stop. Unfortunately, we are living in a country where I feel that we are celebrating poverty. Because a person who says poor, he doesn't want to come over the poverty line. I know cases in a village where people are coming with Honda City cars and taking rations. So you can imagine they don't deserve ration, but still this is happening. Now, first of all, good infrastructure work is going on. I'm very sure that our transmission losses will go down after everything is put in place. A year back, I had just proposed to the Town and Country Planning Department that we have so much of no development slopes land in Goa, which is actually barren and blocky land, where you can't do anything. So I would request electricity department at least to tell them that we can put solar farms there. Because that land is anyway barren, it is of no use, there cannot be any agricultural growth there. It's purely rocky land. But the issue is it doesn't have access. So at least you can, and we have I'm telling my example, I have a land which is about 5,000 square meters of area. I had this in my mind that, I'll put a solar farm there. But there was a lot of opposition in the sense, I wanted to make an approach road and then, Goa, everything gets opposed. You try to do anything, it is opposed. I don't know why, but this is our mentality. I think we should stop this immediately. There has to be opposition, but a constructive opposition, not a destructive opposition. And I say that, of course, there is a lot of variation gap between who is paying more and who is paying less, but 3.48% is, I don't think it is a big hike, because somebody has to pay, ultimately who pays? Now, government is giving subsidies, how much, around 200 crores? 200, who is paying? We ourselves will be paying from some other way. I mean, it's not going to go, maybe taxes, GST or somewhere, and ultimately the common man is paying. They are not understanding this. When you go to buy a chocolate or even anything, what is subsidized, somebody is paying for it. And it is ultimately the common man who is the buyer. Whether he is poor or rich, he is paying for it. This we should understand. Thank you.
Shri Durgadas Kamath.
Sir, you may please, so that just hold on.
Podium may be made available for
Sir, I think a warm good morning, Mr. Chairman and Member Secretary. Myself, Durgadas Kamath, General Secretary of the Goa Forward Party. Last time we had been here when Madam was here for the hearing, last hearing, and we had objected to the hike and put it in writing. At the onset, I would like to bring to the notice कि जे डॉक्युमेंट जे घाला वेबसायटीचेर डिपार्टमेंटान प्रपोज हायकाचेर आनी चीफ इंजिनियरान उलयतना सांगले की हो मोठो हायक न्ही पूण एक हिंदीन एक म्हण आसा चेअरमॅन सराक की मोती मोती से माला बनती है सो इट मे बी पैसा पैसा बट when you end totaling the amount the bill hikes up and right now the situation the first speaker has said in the state की सामकी परिस्थिती आमची सारखी सध्या बिकट आसा एक म्हणल्यार जे टॅरिफ हायक जो प्रपोज केला ते 20 पैसे 25 पैसे 15 पैसे अशे आसा पूण आज बिलां कशी येतात आज बिलां ऑन एन एव्हरेज 2-2 महिन्यांनी येतात 500-600 युनिट 900 युनिट एक घराक हाऊस होल्डाक येतात आणि ह्या वेळाचेर जेन्ना पैसो ऍड करता जाल्यार हो अमाउंट बरोच वाडटा कारण एक कॉमन मॅन जाका आमी आम आदमी म्हणटात ताका हो इफेक्ट जाता आता जो हायक हातून दाखयला हातून एक दाखयला की स्पेशली जे बारीक लोक आसात लिमिटेड इन्कमाचे लोक तांकां इफेक्ट जाता आमचे सरकार सदांच म्हणटा की सरकार अंत्योदय तत्वाचेर चलपी सरकार लास्ट कॉमन मॅनाक पावपी सरकार आनी हे जे प्रायस आसा हे जर अशें वाडयत जाल्यार हे बारीक लोकांक हेल्प जाता इफेक्ट जाता मोठ्या लोकांक जे गाडी घेवन भोंवतात किंवा जे रिच लोक आसात तांकां इफेक्ट जायना पूण जे कॉमन मॅन आसा जे आमचे हायेस्ट जे पॉप्युलेशन जर गोंयांत आसा ते बारीक लोक आसात गांवगिऱ्या वाठारांतले लोक आसात हांकां इफेक्ट जाता त्या भायर एनर्जी चार्जीस जे कमर्शियल लायटिंग्स होर्डिंग्साचेर वाडयला हाजेर आमकां चड उलोवपाचें ना पण जे हॉटेल इंडस्ट्री म्हणत किंवा बारीक लोक आज आमच्या पयले स्पिकरान म्हणले की टुरिझम इंडस्ट्रीची हाल कितें जाल्या ती मायनिंग इंडस्ट्री इज कोलॅप्स्ड फॉर लास्ट 10 years and more than 1 lakh people were unemployed. As tourism industry growth, we are on the verge of same lines of becoming a mining industry. ह्या फावट इतिहासान पयली फावट आसतले जेन्ना डिसेंबर म्हयन्यात हॉटेल रूम्स खाली आशिल्ले लास्ट वीक ऑफ द मंथ दॅट इन डिसेंबर रूम्स वर एम्प्टी आनी हांगा जेन्ना तुमी हॉटेलाकूय प्रपोज करपाक घालतात नॅचरली इट विल बी पास ऑन टू द कस्टमर आज गव्हर्नमेंटान टुरिझम सारख्या क्षेत्राक तांकां आपोवन बाबा तुमकां कितें जाय हें दिवपाची गरज आसा पूण ते हातून जाल्लें ना पूण हे जर हायक पळयत जाल्यार टोटली हातून दिसता की इलेक्शन लागीं नाशिल्ल्या कारणान सरकार आतां वाडोवपाक सोदता इफ आय वूड लायक टू रिमाइंड गव्हर्नमेंट हॅड प्रपोज इन जानेवारी 2022 अ हायक बट देन ऑल ऑफ अस हॅड ऑब्जेक्टेड एंड इलेक्शन्स वर जस्ट 1 month अहेड आणि गव्हर्नमेंटान तेन्ना ते ड्रॉप केल्ले आता कदाचित 3 वर्सां उरल्या पूण सरकाराकूय ते पिन जायना आसतले कारण इलेक्शन लागीं ना कितेंय केल्यार चलतले खपतले म्हणून पूण आमी मागतात की हे जे प्रपोज हायक आसा हे वाडोवचे न्ही कारण बारीक लोक जे आसा हांकां इफेक्ट जाता नाव कमिंग टू सम ऑफ द पॉइंट्स जे चीफ इंजिनियरान उलयला ते की ताणें म्हणले की कोळसो गोंयांत लोक ऑब्जेक्ट करतात आमी विचारपाक सोदता सरकाराक की कोळसो खंय येता तो कोळसो कन्झम्पशन हांगा जायना कोळसो हांगा येता एमपीटीन हांगच्यान वता दुसऱ्या स्टेटींक कोल इज ट्रान्सपोर्टेड फ्रॉम गोवा टू अदर स्टेट्स एट द एंड what Goans get is terminal illness lung cancers all sort of diseases especially in Mormugao taluka So, a reason दिवप की कोळसो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी खातीर जाय दिस इज नॉट जस्टिफायबल सेकंड चीफान सांगले की कामनार लायन जी आसा ती 5 ते 10 वर्सां नंतर पावची ना जाल्यार वॉट सॉर्ट ऑफ प्लॅनिंग इज गव्हर्नमेंट डुईंग की फ्युचरिस्टीक जर आमी पळयतले 2040 किंवा 2050 पोवन आमी जर इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर करतले तर तुमी आतां जर जंगलां काबार केली बिबटे लेपर्ड फोंड्या सारखे सिटीन पावपाक लागले आमच्या फोंड्यान सायराज पार्कान पयर आयले सो अशें जर पळोवंक गेले जाल्यार प्लॅनिंग खंय आहा दिस ऑल्सो शोज अ प्लॅनिंग फेलियर मागीर ताणें सांगले की 84.90 crores अप्रॉक्सिमेटली 84 crores गॅप उरता रेव्हेन्यू जनरेशनाक सरकाराक जाल्यार वी नो फ्रॉम रिलायबल सोर्सेस that chairman sir कि more than 200 crores of arrears are pending to be recovered. If 84 crores is a gap, this can not push for next 3 years. If government recovers these arrears. आणि जे 200 कोटी जर रिकवर केले 3 वर्सां जावचे ना मागीर 3 वर्सांनी इलेक्शन येतले आनी वाडोवचे ना मागीर मुखार पडलेले आनी सो government has to stress, commission also has to stress, tell the government to recover these dues. We have been given replies in the assembly. More than 3,500 recovery cases are pending, which is coming up to more than 200 crores. So these are the things. हे सगळ्या सरकारान हाजेर भर दिवपाक जाय. 84 crores काय रे ते हे रिकवर जर केले सारखे स्ट्रिक्टली रिकवरी केली जाल्यार ड्यूज कॅन बी रिकवर्ड and with that you can do the infrastructure. Now while one thing I would like to say ki chief जो असा young and dynamic असा, he is our good friend too. तो करता काम बरो करता पूण हाजो अर्थ न्ही की प्रपोज हायक वाडोवपाक जाय. जर ताका जर खंय अडचण येता पयशांचे खंय गॅप पडटा then if government is asking him question then he has to go on a drive of recovery, an extensive drive of recovery and tell the government ki itle recovery करपाक जाय. Then he should not wait for a call from the chief minister or power minister recovery करनाका. If you want to have an infrastructure you have to recover and use that for the infrastructure. Don't burden the common man. We once again on behalf of Goa Forward Party we oppose this price hike and see that the common man जे बारीक जे अंत्योदय तत्वाचे आमचे मुख्यमंत्री म्हणटा की तांकां त्रास जावचो न्ही, तांचेर बर्डन घालचें न्ही आनी सेकंड जे बिलिंग आसा हे मंथली बेसिसाचेर करून धाडचे. कारण क्युम्युलेटिव्ह जाता स्लॅब वाडटा, स्लॅब वाडले की लास्ट हातून पडटा मनीस आनी बिल ऑटोमॅटिकली इन्क्रीजीस. सो दीस आर द गिमिक्स विच आर प्लेड. सो हाजेरूय कमिशनान लक्ष घालचे. वी विल गिव अ ऑफिशियल मेमोरंडम टू यू ऑल्सो. थँक यू.
Sir. Okay.
Next is Shri Paresh from JK Deccan Fine Chemical.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. This is Paresh, and I work for Deccan Fine Chemicals Limited. So I'm lucky to be over here for this particular hearing, and I thought like I would give you a few words over here from my side. So first thing is, in the last 4 to 5 years, I've seen a marked improvement in the power scenario. Initially, if you go to see, there used to be a lot of power failures, but now if you see, it has gone down a lot. Also, if you see outside, there is a lot of undergrounding of cable being done, and because of which the interruptions have also gone down. The power quality has improved, and again, of course, whenever there are any issues, we take up with the electricity department. We call them up. There is always a very good response. I've never had such a way that no one has not picked up the phone or not given up. They are always very helpful. And in fact, even if the Honorable Chief of the Electricity Department, whenever we contact him, there has never been, it is always, what I would say, yeah, it is a positive approach from their end. So, I would say that this were a few words from my side. Thank you very much, everyone.
Shri Dilip Sahakari.
Good morning, everybody. I wanted to suggest some ways to improve collection of the funds by electricity department. One is they can start charging for cables laid by these people for cable TVs. we find that between two poles, 10 to 15 cables are always hanged all over Goa. And they charge fantastic amount from the consumers. So electricity department should charge for the hiring of the poles, for laying of cables for cable operator. They will have some funds. Number two, lot of holdings are put whenever VIP comes. Maybe Prime Minister, maybe the Chief Minister, maybe some ministers. Holdings are put on all electric poles all over Goa, right from airport up to Panaji or Gurgaon. Now government may be charging, may not be charging, I do not know. If they are charging, it's good. But if they are not charging, they must charge for the holding per hour basis, so that some collection will happen. And they should also improve the rates of the hiring charges if they are already charging, so that certain amount of money will come back to them. As my previous gentleman told, that they have to recovery. Here also there are two ways. Third thing, lot of amount was spent, thousands of crores on cabling. And my friend said just now that quality is improved. I suggest that there are certain incentives should be given or some rebate should be given in case there is a power failure. One power failure per day, they should give 0.1%, 0.01% discount for the common man. Should be accountable. Whatever you have done now, whatever cable you have done, what is the use for common man? Are you guaranteeing that there is no power failure? Yes, there is a guarantee. What is the guarantee? In case there is a power failure, I will give 0.01% discount. One failure, 0.01. Two failure, 0.02. Make it accountable. You spend a lot of thousands of crores. What is the accountability? You say power is good. Power is, what is the meaning of power is good? There should not be a power failure. And if there is a power failure, we must get discount. Is the common man I am asking that in case there is a power failure, I must get discount. Many places power fails due to sagging on the conductors. Overhead conductors are sagging, either face to face or face to earth. Fault happens and there is a power failure. What can I do as a common man? Many times I have phoned concerned people that there is a sagging, there are sparks, whenever there are certain tree branches coming on the tree, because that power fails, you are supporting, you are asking for more money. What about quality of power? What about common man quality? I must get good power. Not only that, if there are branches have to be cut, and if they are not cut, who is responsible? Chief engineer or superintendent engineer or junior engineer, who is responsible? And what is the accountability? This I must know. These are my demands from common man. Thank you.
Next is Shri Santosh Sawant. Shri Prakash.
Please read the second name also.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. See, I just want to know, this one, so many projects are, they are getting commissioned, they say, for years and years together. Saligaon substation, I think that project is over almost 10 years, that project is hanging. Now see, I want to know when that Saligaon substation was proposed, when it was tendered, when order was placed, which was the initial, what was the date of initial commissioning, what was the final date of commissioning, how many contractors have boycotted and for what reasons. These are the things which we have to see. So many projects are getting delayed for years and years together. And then the costing goes up. There is so much of wastage of whatever the incomplete works which are going on. So this should not happen. JRC should look into this. Thank you very much.
Next is Shri D'Souza.
Good day, Honorable Chairman and Member Secretary and the Chief Engineer of Electricity Department. My name is Anthony D'Souza. I am from Kalamut, Goa. Well, I think the chairman should differ about increasing this power tariff for a couple of reasons that I like to express. One thing is, some few months back, I filed a case for deficiency in service against the chief electrical engineer regarding, and this is in the public interest, not in my interest, it is about so many electrical poles are getting knocked down in the state of Goa. And the cost of these poles is nothing less than about 1,25,000. So the recovery, I believe, is not happening. But ever since this case has been filed, there is a lot of cooperation from the chief electrical engineer as well as the police department. Now the thing is, when these losses are occurring again and again, to my belief, I assume that at least one pole gets knocked down for every 3 days or 4 days in Goa. So imagine the cost of this. There are every provisions in the law as well as for the departments to recover these losses which have been caused by accidents. And when these things happen, I think the revenue gap which the electricity department is looking at will come down. My second point, to my knowledge, I have come across twice where the government of Goa has given waivers for the consumers who were not paying the electricity bills. Now the thing is, if such kinds of things are happening, that can happen only when the government is in surplus of revenue. But if the government is deficient or lacking revenue in order to build up infrastructure, why there should be schemes being provided to the people who are defaulting on their commitments to pay the electricity bills? Why the common man should suffer? Why the people who are paying the bills in time should pay for those losses? In fact, the people who are paying the bills in time should be given some sort of rebate, and not these kinds of consumers who are not paying the bills in time. So, I like to conclude my comments on this.
Next is Shri Sanjay V. Borde.
Sir, good morning.